Hey guys, and welcome back to another Lost Codex analysis and deep dive. My name is Jesse, and I'm back with Ashura again because you guys loved yesterday's reaction video with her, and watching her just gush with excitement about Azshara. Today, we're going to be doing something totally not Azshara related at all. We're going to be taking Ashura out of her element and watching the new Crossroads cinematic involving Bane and Saurfang. And whatnot. Now, for context's sake, I haven't done the scenario in game, but you have, right, Ashura?
Yeah, I did it on the PTR. I haven't done it live yet.
So she's seen everything. I know what happens in there. I'm a little bit behind in the actual gameplay in game, so I haven't actually had a chance to do it live. But I know what happens for the most part. I know the reunions that happen and who we fight and everything down there. And just to get a laugh, repeat what you said to me before we started recording about doing the scenario on the PTR.
I thought it was an inconvenience because I just wanted to get back to Nazjatar questing and Queen Azshara. I was like, I don't want to have to save Bane. Why are you doing this to me?
God damn it, Bane! You being the good guy is such an inconvenience to me right now. So just because of that, we're gonna have her join me in today's reaction and analysis. We're gonna watch it and do as we always do, and come back and talk about it after. Ashura, are you ready?
Yes.
Alrighty. What an entrance. They all look so sad.
Thank you. Bane would have died without your aid.
I couldn't let that happen.
Nor could I. I refused to fail him. Like I failed his father.
Oh no.
I wish I could change it all. Karen, Garrosh, Theramore. Sometimes it feels like I did everything wrong.
We all have blood on our hands.
And now, Sylvanas will come. Thunder Bluff will burn, just like Teldrassil.
Once before, you and I stood side by side on the slopes of Mount Hyjal. That world tree did not fall, because the Horde and the Alliance worked together.
Horde, Alliance. We've come to this crossroad again and again, Jaina. It always falls apart. What's different this time?
We are. I should go. Anduin will want to know that Bane is safe.
Tell your king he is not alone.
Okay. Give us a moment. We are back, guys, and oh my god, there is so much to talk about here. After breaking it down every single scene, there is so much here. This is the mass kind of literally the crossroads of so many different story arcs and cinematics that have happened. There are so many throwbacks, so many important moments here, and we're going to try and break it down without going into the 40-minute range of a video. So we're going to try, see how well we do on that. We got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. So right away, we start off with the Thunder Bluff shot, and beautiful opening shot. Seeing Thunder Bluff in an in-game cinematic, really cool, awesome skybox there. And we debated for a while if this was a sunset or a sunrise, and I think we came to the conclusion that it was a sunrise, and sort of the symbolism of it being a new dawn. If it was a sunset, we had some other symbolism, but with it being a sunrise, there's the a new dawn is coming, and there is a new day is coming forth here, and definitely just some beautiful, very important symbolism here. As we zoom out in a somewhere in Mulgore here, Jaina and friends. Jaina walks away immediately. Like, she doesn't even stick around. She walks away. Well, what's interesting is Shaw moves to help, which is just that little subtle moment. We have a lot to talk about with Shaw here. Bane, Sarfang, they look over at Thrall, and Thrall's filled with remorse. This shot right here, it struck me how similar it is to the Garrosh finale cinematic in Nagrand, with Thrall walking into the sunset and Gorehowl and Garrosh's corpse in the foreground here. We have Thrall walking away from his mistakes, walking away from his regrets, walking away from his past, and we have Jaina sort of doing the same thing. Jaina is lingering on the past here before Thrall says anything, and Thrall in that moment was as well. And we're going to talk a lot about Garrosh and Thrall here, because there's so much that should have been said in that cinematic back in Warlords of Draenor that never actually happened here. I feel like I'm talking a lot, Ashura. Sorry, if you jump in whenever you want here. I know there's a part in the script up here that Ashura is just going to launch into. She's going to get really excited about. But this part, this is all me. Hey, Garrosh, it's all me. So we're going to keep going here.
I'm exposing myself as an Alliance player here by having nothing to say about.
Oh, wow. In come the downvotes. This part right here, we have Thrall looks to Bane. Sarfang, and Sarfang gives him that go now nod. He's looking to Sarfang for advice, while once upon a time, Sarfang, or not for advice, for permission, as if Sarfang is in charge here. He's looking for some sort of, I don't know, encouragement, or if he's looking to him as if to say what to do now. And Thrall actually has like a little look of hesitation. He sighs here, yes, Dad, right away, Dad. I'll go ahead and do that. He's not eager to approach Jaina, especially after everything that's happened. We have right here Thrall looking absolutely buff, and Jaina looking just so small, and yet it's so reverse. We have Thrall looking weak, Thrall looking tired, Thrall looking down, while Jaina is filled with this stoic, unwavering expression. Thrall looks defeated, Jaina is just present. And when we were taking notes, it was Ashura, latest Chandran, and I, there was the comment of, he's a nobody right now. He is an outcast. Sure, Thrall was once someone, but he is an outcast in the Horde, while she is the Lord Admiral of Kul Tiras. She is all that, and here he is just down and beaten here as he sighs.
Thank you. Bane would have died.
So
without
I
you.
consider this to be basically Thrall's version of Jaina's Thros cinematic. And what I really found interesting about this moment is, she walks away and she stares off into the distance, and she has this very hard expression, and her expression doesn't change really. She doesn't turn to look at him when he walks up to her. She's just looking forward. And it's only when he goes into his failures, what he feels he's done wrong, that she starts to look toward him. But she doesn't quite look right at him yet.
There's this moment here, and when Ashura said this is Thrall's Thros cinematic, it hit me in a jarring way. Let's back up a little here to when he first starts speaking. She says, I couldn't let that happen. It's very, I don't want to use the word cold, but she's not talking to Thrall. She's not even looking at him. I couldn't let that happen. It's very soft.
I refuse to fail him.
And talking about Garrosh and Cairn, specifically Cairn, Thrall has seen Cairn as one of his biggest failures. Even in the height of the Firelands storyline, when Thrall was ripped apart by the elements, regret over Cairn has always been up there, especially with Taretha and Garrosh. All of those has come down to this. And it's interesting is if you listen here, the music beat that plays at the beginning of the Garrosh Thrall cinematic plays right here.
I could change it all.
There. Cairn drops that beat right there. Garrosh, her brow furrows here. She starts to look over. And then pain kind of comes over her face. And just as she went through all the same beats with Dad and Arthas and Ronan, in her Thros cinematic, Thrall's now doing the same thing, only far less scarier and much more softer here.
And it comes to a head when he says that one line. He says, sometimes I feel like I've done everything wrong. And that's when she really looks at him. And, she inhales. And I think it's understanding, but it's also kinship. Because in her Thros cinematic, like Jesse said, she goes through, similar moments where she feels like she has certain people she's failed. And in this scenario, she says, it's all my fault. I failed them, all of them. And then she says, I did everything wrong. So
it's a direct line. I missed that completely. Ishura, when we were writing our notes, she jumped in excitement at this because it's a direct callback to I did everything wrong. And she is looking at him going, buddy, I just had the same thing a couple months ago with Mom. And now she's Mom in this situation. She is Catherine Proudmoore. In that same way, I just came to me now when Catherine's hugging Jaina and Jaina looks so small and Catherine is just embracing and hugging her. Thrall's not physically small here, but everything about his personality, who he is small right now, and she is the one being Catherine Proudmoore to him being Jaina. It's this beautiful, oh my god, there's so many paths that are crossing here. Crossroads, again, fitting title. God damn.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself in my excitement, but
that's okay.
An important part of this is that both of these characters, Thrall in this moment and Jaina before, have always thought that there's some irreconcilable difference between the Alliance and the Horde, that there's nothing that can bring them together except when they have to. And I think in this moment, when Jaina realizes Thrall has experienced the same exact feeling she has, that's just what breaks it, what makes her realize we aren't really different. We are the same.
This is a crucial moment for Jaina as well, because when Garrosh was marching on Theramore, she went to Thrall and said, help. And he said no. And so for all of this time, that relationship between Thrall and Jaina broke. And for years, even during the Garrosh Thrall finale, when Garrosh says, you made me what I am, and Thrall says, no, you chose your own destiny. Thrall should have said, I know I made you what you are, and then killed him, because everything Garrosh became was put onto him because of Thrall. And all of this time, people who've heard me rant about Garrosh in my podcasts, you know that I wanted a more satisfying ending there, and it turns out it was always there. Thrall didn't say it, but he has been feeling it the whole time. The regret has been there from the very beginning. I have done everything wrong, and it has been weighing him down. That's why he has been in exile. That's why he's chosen to live off on his own with his family. And in the same way that Jaina was off in exile at the beginning of Legion and feeling all of that regret come pouring in all at once in her comic, he's having that same moment right here, or he's had that moment several times, but now Jaina's witnessing it. This is a crucial moment for both of them, because there's painful empathy on her part. She is going, oh God, you aren't a monster. And she never thought he was a monster, but it was always sort of this disconnect there, because Garrosh did so much, and she felt like he just didn't care. It was a very powerful scene here.
And they have such parallel stories, which, you know, when I was first watching this and the reaction, I don't know, I was filled with skepticism. I was like,
oh, right away.
I don't know.
you were like, how genuine are they? Like right away, she went on she put on her rogue hat, the Thia Shaw SI7, and she was like, there's something iffy. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here going, oh my God, my heart. And Shura's like, no, not the Horde. But when we broke it down, it's suddenly both of our eyes were open so much more that there's symbolism here. You actually pointed out at this line right here, we all have blood on our hands. Mm-hmm. Could be direct reference to what happens in the scenario, if you want to explain that quickly.
Yeah, so I'm sure by the time you've seen this, you've done the scenario. So at the end, when you find Bane, these Blood Elves teleport in and basically call her out for killing the Sunreavers. And I'm sure she's thinking about more than just that, but I think coming fresh out of that, having to just kill those Blood Elves and have them hate her for something she did before, I wouldn't be surprised if her saying, we all have blood on our hands, was her thinking about the Purge.
And whether or not you agree that the Purge was justified, you know, I can break it down in a really long-winded podcast about why, in a way, there was some justification there. In the end, she did something wrong, and she didn't see it that way for the longest time. And, you know, Thrall's now having his moment of, oh God, I messed up with Garrosh. That's a huge moment. So Jaina's like, you know what? I did too. We all have blood on our hands. Not like, yeah, you dick, you did all this. She's the first one to say, yep, I did wrong too. Even though you could argue Jaina's done a lot less bad things than other members of the Horde. It's that acceptance of both of them are coming to this full circle here. We have Thrall jump in here and say,